Anyway, let's get into this one more time. I need to react to some K-pop after this as well. So let me get that ready. Okay. Oh, Gene Deal again. I was there. Gene Deal was to Jay-Z and Diddy's Accuser. Okay, no, we're going to react to that first. Let's react to that first.
Your boy Diddy, he back in the news, man. How you feel about what him and Jay-Z being accused of?
Well, when I first heard the conversation, when I first heard the allegations, I said to myself, that's 2000. That's when I was there. And so I got to read what was said and how it went down and everything like that. And then first of all, I start seeing some inconsistency. But I don't want to, criticize the victim or the person that said that they was a victim. But some of the statements and some of the things that I heard was incorrect. As far as I know what we did at that time. First,
I'm glad that you see. This is the thing about. I think Gene Doe is so crazy because as I'm reacting to this, I'm watching this. I do feel like if this has to go to court, which I believe it will, he could be used as a witness for Jay-Z and, dare I say, Diddy. I mean, Diddy's a guilty of a lot of stuff, but this one I don't know. Yeah, but then if they're saying Jay-Z's involved, then I don't know, man. All I know is we're just gonna see what happens, isn't it?
First of all, we did not use limousines. We used SUVs in 2000. You know what I'm saying? So when she said that it was a limousine that picked her up or she went with a limousine driver, I was kind of skeptical and wanted to hear more about her story. So now she said that the limousine driver, got her into a party, but it's somehow she had to went to a gas station, and if you know that area, there's no gas stations unless you walk all the way up to 96th Street. That's like 40-something blocks. So I was like, all you had to walk to the west side, which is another 14, 15 long blocks.
Yes.
And then you would have to know where you're going to find that gas station because it's close to the West Side Highway. Unless she went.
The way he's breaking this down is insane. Gene Dill. Big Gene. Oh, no Diddy. You hear me? Gene Dill. Wow.
All the way downtown, and then who gonna pick her up from that far away from the the venue where she went to? So, and then she said something about that. Oh well, the allegation said something about that she went with the limo driver. So did the limo driver drop Puff them off or Jay them off, then came back and got her, then take her to the party? It was just a lot of inconsistencies. I was like, yo, first of all, we didn't even use limousines. You understand? Bad Boy used SUVs. So I found those being real inconsistent on what the story was she was talking about. And then for limousine driver, who would know us, because our drivers didn't drive limousines, how you gonna tell somebody to get in the party? He had to go through security for that. And that just wouldn't have happened. That wouldn't have happened. So I don't want to beat up the victim or the person that says that they are a victim, but I know for myself there's a lot of inconsistencies in what she was talking about regarding her being with somebody from Bad Boy, getting into a Bad Boy party.
You see, this is why you always need to just tell your truth, because eventually, because this obviously Gene Dill's not the only one that can tell. If he was there, he's not the only one that can say this would never happen. Like, you know what I mean? And this, mind you, this guy has been telling the truth about Diddy for the longest time, like years before Diddy went to jail. Yeah, and he still got to wait his trial. he's been telling truth for the longest time. The longest time. He he also believes Diddy is guilty of, you know what I mean? So like, listen, all I want to say is this: he ain't gonna go out his way to make Diddy feel or seem innocent just because of whatever. You know what I mean? He's not gonna do that. So for him to do this, it's an interesting situation. But I know, choke no joke, they're gonna try to say something about this because sometimes he has these moments where he doesn't like Jay-Z. So anyway, but obviously if you're there and you can tell your truth from what happened, tell your truth, innit? The same way, I forgot one of those people that I mentioned. The same way that guy, he was in another state. You know what I mean? That night. You know what I mean?
You understand? With a limo driver that we didn't even know. So, not trying to beat her up, not trying to save Jay or Diddy.
See?
But me personally, I didn't believe her story.
I mean, that says a lot coming from you being somebody that worked for Bad Boy at that time.
Well, what it says is that these people got to understand that there were people that was around. And then some people like myself, whether good, bad, or indifferent, I'm going to tell the truth. I'm going to tell what I know, no matter what somebody else feel. You understand? And I ain't
tell what I know, no matter what people feel, whether good, bad, or indifferent. I'm joking anyway. Shout out to Gene Dodo.
super save Puff. I ain't super save Jay. You understand? I'm not doing that. But I am going to tell the truth, you understand, regarding at that time when I was around, that we did not use limousines. Is no limousine driver going to come to security and get nobody in no party at all. You understand? At all.
You personally, do you believe her?
My personal belief is that I can't say what happened to her, but regarding the allegations that she made and the picture that she painted, I don't believe what she was saying. And being 13 years old, you know, that's happening, walking around the streets of New York. I think they said she was from Alabama or something like that.
Yeah, something like that, yeah.
Nah, bro. Not walking the streets of New York, finding a gas station. Nah. People in New York who've been
Yo, I'm liking the way he's literally breaking it down as well, because it's like he's not taking anything away from the victim. He's just saying what he knows from that night, from his experience. He's not talking about what may have happened to the victim, because you got to think there's inconsistencies. So you know what I mean. So it's gonna be interesting how this all plays out, and like I do feel like, once the truth comes out, and let's say Jay-Z is like completely innocent, this person needs to land themselves in jail, in my humble opinion. You know what I mean? And she owes Jay-Z a lot of money, like in damages. She don't owe Diddy money in damages because he's guilty of it. This is what's so insane as well. Like, what? Because then what about all the other victims that Tony Busby gathered? And he said he vetted them. No, you didn't vet them. You know what I mean? If you vetted them, you would have found the inconsistencies in their stories and thrown them out anyway. Yes, justice needs to happen, and justice matters. But if there's inconsistencies, if you cannot have foolproof fact that is so undeniable, then leave it. Do you know what I mean? You have to have foolproof facts. Do you know what I mean? And okay, fair enough, in these circumstances, sometimes facts are hard to more or less come by as well. Let's be real. Let's actually genuinely be real here. I just realized something. But I don't know, man. Like I said, I want to try to do this alone, but I just wanted to see what Gene Dill had to say anyway.
who've been in New York all their life can't find a gas station. You understand what I'm saying? They can't find a gas station. It's about, unless you go below 34th Street, 34th Street, is about 2 gas stations in Manhattan. One on the east side on 1st Avenue, one on 12th Avenue. A mobile station and a Shell station.
Sounds trippy.
And you got to know exactly where they have to find them
Shell
things.
station, you know.
And there's no way from her walking from the VMAs and to what she says she walked to a gas station and everything. Nah, bro.
Plus, there would be phone records.
I think they got to pick up a better story. So to answer your question, do I personally believe that she went to a gas station, she got with a bad boy driver that was in a limousine? Nah, not a bad boy driver, not at all.
If you remember, what do you recall from that night?
Well, what I'm trying to say to you is this, is that if it was a VMA party and Puff, Wolf was dropped off or whatever like that, it's not a what you call. It's not it wasn't a limousine, bro. I don't remember much about that, but I do remember the fact that we did not use no limousines. You asked me what I think about it. I'm listening to what her dad said about it. Her dad said it never happened. Dad said he never had that situation with her. Her dad didn't even believe the story. You understand what I'm saying? Somebody being 13 years old and being able to travel around New York like that. She said her dad picked up, but he don't remember or recall none of that. So I can't be mad at him. He came out and told the truth. It's a story that she made up. I believe him more than I believe her.
Military gadgets are transforming people's conditions and...
Excuse me. Well. Dame just supposed to the truth, but talk. Okay, that's the full thing. All right. People are really liking it. Let's see what people are saying in the comments already. I was everywhere, but I didn't see anything. That Ranger jersey is nice. It's January and Gene wants his cat win on January interview moment. No, this is just it will be a judge and a consequence to her. If it's found out she lied, she should get 20 years. Do you see what I'm gonna say? If it like I don't know, man. Anyway, let's just put this part out. So if Gene Dill is saying like this, then yeah. Better get himself a lawyer. You know what I'm saying? The lawyer needs himself a lawyer. You know what I'm saying? The lawyer needs himself a lawyer because I'm telling you, we're about to see something we have never seen before in our lives, or maybe in our lifetime, or definitely in my lifetime. We're about to see something. I want to watch something else, but I'm going to watch that another day. But what we're going to react to is